Hey everyone, welcome to another Tactical Noobs video. I am Finity, one of the reality skewed gamer Tactical Noobs, and today we are doing a character review of the newest character in Tactical Monsters, Bozo. Now Bozo is a clown with a lot of interesting abilities. They're pretty unique in terms of how the game is going to be set up with how you utilize his abilities. So let's go through them now and then watch some gameplay to see how we have utilized Bozo. So starting out with his common ability, Bozo will use his head in order to strike an enemy. And I guess this is pretty fitting for a clown slash jack-in-the-box. So it's a pretty cool animation to see him just go and headbutt somebody. And it's a fairly decent attack. So his ultimate is Disappearing Act. Now this is a 4 energy ultimate, and what it does is it allows him to disappear from one area of the battlefield and then reappear besides the targeted enemy unit. And when he does so, he will do 200% damage. Now what you may see on the screen is some text in red and blue. What we've done is we identified from the max level, which is the level 3 ability, when you get the different upgrades and what is upgraded in his ability as you level it up. And so he gets to 200% when you hit level 5 and you upgrade this to level 2. In addition to the 200 damage, he will also frighten all enemy units within one cell, and this happens at level 20. And so before level 20, it's only targeting a single character. Once you get to level 20, it targets everything within one cells. Now, what is Frighten? Frighten will make it so that the units cannot be controlled and will move 2 cells at random on their turn if possible. So they'll basically try to run away because, of course, they're frightened. And this skill can target any enemy within 5 cells, and movement is not blocked by terrain obstacles. So you have a pretty decent range on his ultimate in order to target somebody and to make them frightened. Next is his passive, Pop Goes the Weasel, which is a great name for a jack-in-the-box. Again, I love the name here. It's pretty fitting. So again, we're showing you the level 3 ability, and what happens is upon entering the battle on turns 2, 4, and 6, now this is upgraded from 2, 5, and 8 once you get to level 8, so then it becomes 2, 4, and 6, common attacks and counter attacks, which is now level 14, so before it's just attacks, counterattacks you get at level 14. So these will frighten the target for one turn. Frightened units cannot be controlled and will move 2 cells at random on their turn if possible. Now let's take a look at his stats. Now what we're showing here is what the stats are like once you get to level 23. We've also noted some of the upgrades you get to the different stats as you level up. So you'll see that he gains a 20% health boost when you go to level 11, and he gains 5 initiative when you get to level 17. But when you look at his overall stats, they're fairly underwhelming for what you would think he'd be used for. His physical defense and magic defense, for a character that needs to go into melee in order to be attacked and to do his frighten, are just in the upper third. You'll see that he's kind of in that 66% percentile. He's kind of just, he's above average on everything, but he's not great for a melee character. And his health is also not that great. Nothing is exceeding into the top 30 of characters. Everything is right below 70 pretty much. And so while he's a reasonably fast character, he doesn't have terrible defense. One of the issues is that he is going to be somewhat squishy for a character that you need to bring into melee range. Now his benefit is that he does do a lot of frighten when he does so. So whenever he gets into melee range and somebody attacks him, you can get him to do his counterattack for his turn and then frighten somebody. And that basically takes out a character out of their turn. So you can kind of negate somebody that way, and it may cause a little bit of balance. So his stats are kind of right in the middle of the pack. His mobility is definitely low, but I mean, what else would you expect from somebody that has to travel in a box? So now let's take a look at some gameplay and see how we utilize Bozo. Grande and I spent some time playing with Bozo and trying to figure out what we thought may synergize best with Bozo. He has an interesting set of abilities with the fear ability that makes it very interesting to try and place him into a particular team. What we found after some testing was that he really was kind of a plug-and-play character. Whenever you needed that RNG aspect to the game, of bringing in a fear and getting someone to fear, it seems like that was going to be one of your better options. The fact that he moves in a random direction makes it so that sometimes it might move closer, sometimes it may move farther away, brought in an interesting element to that fear component. But what clearly stuck out to us as we did our testing was not one of the characters that was a synergistic character, but one that was antagonistic, one that was a clear counter to what Bozo provided. All of the fear and the fright that is being put around by Bozo can be easily countered by Patrick, who has the ability to dispel all those debuffs that are being put on everyone. And so when you have somebody with fear, Patrick is a good person to bring in order to remove it. As we continued to play with Bozo, what we saw was that really where we think he's going to shine is actually the Rumble Tower, because his ability to fear really helps to create distance between yourself and another character, which helps you to survive in the Rumble Tower. We did some battles in the lower levels and found that it did work out pretty well, but outside of the Rumble Tower, he's going to be a pretty interesting plug and play for you in different teams. We hope you enjoyed this video on the newest character in Tactical Monsters, Bozo. Please make sure to leave us feedbacks in the comment section of our video, and make sure that you subscribe so you get notified when we bring out new content. We do take your feedback seriously, and we know one of the things that you all want is more gameplay. So accompanied by original music by our buddy Stu from Stu's World, please enjoy one more battle from Grande and myself testing out Bozo's abilities.